Well, hello again, everyone. It has been a very long 2 weeks since the end of our Season 2 truck season that just completed a couple weeks ago to the start of this, which is looking like a pretty successful start to the open wheel season here with the ISRA. This is P1's coverage of round one of the inaugural season of the ISRA Open Wheel Series. We come to you tonight from Homestead, Miami Speedway. I am Gary Gotzel. Joining me in the booth is former Lionheart Speedway Series winner and also in the Retro Series, Luis Gonzalez Nunez, joining me in the booth once again. Luis, welcome to Homestead, a track that I know you have lots of experience at, and we're going to see a full field tonight of a lot of heavy hitters, not only just on the IndyCar side, but a lot of the stock car guys have returned from the truck series that we just saw a couple weeks ago.
Oh, it's going to be interesting to see the people, the truck series, as Joshua Store and Kirby. What else? Yeah, Pat Armstrong.
Goodman qualifying provisionally
Goodman.
third right now, yeah.
Yeah, Goodman. I raced with him in the Lionheart, so really good one guy over here. So it's this one 2024, 2025 started today and finished in March. So it's gonna be excited to see all of these guys and see. I hope all of these guys is still stuck over here and don't leave the in the middle of the season and see Murphy, Clendy, Chris Fowler obviously is also here. That's kind of like wow, long time I don't see him. So and also you can see the top 10 is basically 80% or 90% of the IndyCar regulars. So it's gonna be a good one.
And qualifying is done. And we are getting ready to line up and get tonight's starting lineup here from Homestead, Miami. And let's get in tonight's starting music here. Then we'll get into the lineup. There we go. And let's get the weather off there. As you see the track conditions, 73 ambient, 74 track temperature. Track temperature really should not be a factor tonight. And let's bring the grid up there. On the pole, Mr. Old and Slow, the man that doesn't have any pace whatsoever, and then all of a sudden, he's like Penske in 94 with those beast engines. All of a sudden, he's sandbagging. He's on the pole right next to him. Kyle Clinworth, who is right now in line for a podium position in the IndyCar Oval Series. He's lined up second with a 211 flat. Goodman with a good qual run, provisionally not provisionally third. He's going to qualify third. Rigney, the host with the most, he is also in row 2. Fowler making a return back to the series. He's back in row 3 with Julian Altena sporting a number 1. Back on the outside of row 3, Vern Hawkins, who won a race and when we did some NASCAR racing, well, he is on row 4 with Alex Guyon in the 08. Back in row 5 is Say Hey Lewis Hayes and Matty Wags, bringing up the tail end of the top 10. Moving on, Hugo Gallas with a good run in the 57, back in row 6 with Irby in the 02 on the outside. Fiedler back in row 7 with Sexton. Dean Darth Ball in the 31, back in row 8 with Euler in the 15. Forsyth making his return back to the series. He is on row 9, right next to Kirby. Should be watching those two as they come up through the field. Armstrong, Stretch, he's back in row 10. And Zorn, we're going to be watching him. He's in one of the Larson liveries. He's back in 20th position. And then we have Richie Hearn, who was fast all practice long, back in row 11. Clark in on the outside there in the number 4. Reagan in row 12, right next to Grandin. And Callisto and Kirby will bring up row 13 with no speed whatsoever. We'll be watching Callisto. Callisto is a defending Truck Series and Xfinity Series champion.
You mentioned Dean Moll, so wow. There's a lot of people I don't see for a while. So Good to see all these guys over here around.
And we're getting ready to go green here for the kickoff of the ISRA Open Wheel Series. Here we go. Three wide coming off the corner. There's Fowler, Rigney, and Altena.
Oh no!
Julian! Oh, caution!
Julian, 4 people, 5 on the back.
Oh.
That's a lot. Euler also too.
We got Chris Reagan, who's already in the pits. Guyan is out. Euler as well. Vern Hawkins.
Muddy back Magner.
Wagner as well. He needs to get rolling, at least into the pits, and execute the fast repair. They do have the fast repair. Let's go back in time, take a look, and see what happens as we are watching almost with an incident between Altena and Rigney.
Oh, look like netcode. Look like netcode for me.
So here is Wagner to the inside of the 14. That is Vern Hawkins. Oh, and he just run. Oh, wow. Something happened with Guyan. He just didn't get into that corner like he wanted to and ran over.
I think look like net call from Wagner because do you see the car is going up? So kind of like that. So the other 3 or 4 cars that went to the wall is just nothing more to do. So I think it looked like a net call for me because you can make it a 3Y over there easily.
Well, we'll see if these people get these cars repaired and get back in there, but a whole bunch of them just piled in. And unfortunately, it is we are quick to caution here in the ISRA, something that we're not used to seeing. What happened to Chris Reagan? We didn't see what happened to him necessarily.
I think so. Chris Reagan
coming up to speed. I'm wondering if he was having a mechanical coming up to speed because he went down to the bottom and surrendered a bunch of positions, and he went into the wall.
He hit the wall. Yeah, he hit the wall.
So that's an unrelated event, but let's get back underway. Lights are still on the pace car. We are now under caution here on lap 4. It is Murph, Clindy, Goodman, Fowler, and Altena, your top 5. Say hey, Lewis Hayes. He has worked his way up 2 spots. He's a 7th. Brian Irby is in 8th. Hugo Gall is 9th. Dean Darth Maul is 10th. Your biggest gainer right now, DJ Clark, up 10 spots. Also, Brian Graydon, Grandin is also up 10 spots as well. And Lionel Callisto, we said to watch him. He's up 7 spots to 18th. But a good number of cars were involved in that early incident. Also showing out of the race is Brent Kirby. Now he's back in. So I think he's actually flickering on and off. We're showing Chris Reagan now moving. Wagner is moving. Guyan is on the racetrack. Vern Hawkins is on the racetrack. Tim Fiedler was involved in the incident. He's back on the racetrack. Euler is back on the racetrack. Looks like everybody's about 2 laps down that was involved in that opening lap, that opening stanza incident. As we are getting back reorganized here. A lot of these stock cars drivers got to remember that we are single file restart here in the league. And there is, who's that? That is Jake Euler letting some cars go by on the high side, getting back in the line.
So about the Reagan, Christopher Reagan, I think he restarted. He slowed down because he tried to pass the people, so he tried to slow it down, but the apron. He went to between the apron, half a car apron, half a car on the track, so he went to the wall. Also, the pit stop is coming from turn 3, so you need to use the emergency line.
Yes, correct.
But be careful of that. If you're going too fast and the weight jacket in positive, the turn is too sharp.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah.
And you will go into that grass real easily. Kirby, both the Kirbys came in the pit road. Callisto did as well on lap 3 for a top off. They are still on the lead lap, but they are back at the end of the pack, getting ready to go green. Lap 5 of 125, 187 and a half miles. We're racing tonight. We're back green here at Homestead.
Freeway on the back. Wow, Brian Gradin.
Whoa, it's just like an angry bunch of bees.
And Richie Hearn tried to. Oh, he almost collected. Yeah, net got it. Oh, on the back.
And we're caution again. And Richie Hearn involved in this one.
What's a net called on Joshua Zorn?
Oh, Zorn's going to hit the wall. Graydon got into it as well. We're off to a rough start.
Yes.
A lot of the guys that executed that fast repair, they are a little pucker factor there because they don't have a fast repair to go off of again. And they just missed a lot of that. I think Zorn is still rolling. If he could make it around and get that fast repair, prevent the tow. Okay, he went ahead and towed. And I think Brian Grandin is also going to probably have to tow as well, as the car is just not rolling for him.
I think, well...
Richie Hearn back on pit road. He actually came into the pits at the end of his wreck. I don't know if that's going to be a caution or a black flag that he has to answer a little bit later. He's coming back down pit road one more time.
To be honest, it's really tough restart. So, you know, Homestead is really, really hard to drive, especially when you started the first race on the league. It's hard, actually. It's not easy. Like where you can put maybe Charlotte or maybe Kentucky, something like that. It's a good started, but it's hard for all of these new people.
Yeah, I think there's a couple of different situations going on here. The way that we've seen the closing speeds in the corner, I think we have some drivers that are lifting in the corners a little bit, and I think we have some drivers that are just keeping it. It's a full send into the corners because, hey, I have fresh tires. The track is cool. I'm not going to get any better opportunity than right now than the full send it. And I think that's what we got going on in the corners. And one of the things that you need to take into account once you go from stock cars into the IR18 is the closing rate that you have with the car in front of you. It is so much faster.
Yeah, I saw it. I saw on Euler. I think so. Euler was one of these guys. I think that was Kirby in the just 1 lap ago in yellow flag. He really got surprised on the car on the front of him, and he almost collected a car on the front. So it was a great foresight. So yeah, like you said, they need to figure out. They need to switch their mind. They need to understand it's not a track, and this kind of need to play with the throttle, you need to play with the pressure, and you need to play with the mind. Is like you need to learn. You see all the top 10 from front, they still over there waiting for the waiting for just the laps coming. So yeah. You see Callisto very, very lucky. He's went back to the front 9th position. So it's a lucky that. But when you have all the inexperienced people on the back, the only thing you have to do is just going to the front because it's a secure bubble. That's what I always thinking about it. I want to go on the front because you have the people know the car and you can survive much easy on the race. So that's it. Do a Calison right now.
Yeah, not get caught up in the mid-pack hijinks. I understand that. Yeah, for sure. Well, lights should be out on the pace car this time by to signify 1 to go. Bit of a rough start here. If you're just joining us, thanks for joining us. Make sure to give us the like and the share and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on the next race, which is tomorrow, which we will have a doubleheader to close out the Season 4 of 2024, the IndyCar Oval Series at iRacing Superspeedway. But before we get there, we got to do 125 laps here tonight with the ISRA Round 1 of the ISRA Open Wheel Series. Mark Murphy is your leader. Kyle Clinworth second. Michael Goodman third. Chris Fowler fourth. Julian Altena fifth. But to be honest, not a lot of racing has been taking place so far. Been under caution for most of this opening 10 laps due to 2 incidents that we've had actually on the same side of the racetrack over in turns 3 and 4. So if I'm on these drivers, I'm going to be kind of feather-footing it around 3 and 4 just to kind of get into a rhythm so they can get into a nice long stint here. But right now, we had a couple guys stop in for top-offs at lap 9. Sexton, Callisto, and DJ Clark all came in at lap 9. So their tanks are as full as they're going to be, and maybe they have an opportunity to go on a bit of a B strategy for the pit strategy here and get to the front by a little aid of a caution. A little bit. Oh, Murph blinks out as we're coming to green flag. And we're back to green, and Clindy was right up underneath Murph on that restart, backed off a little bit. Here's Clindy going to the outside through 3 and 4. We're back to 2 wide, a little bit further on back.
3 wide going on. Oh no, it's not 3 wide, 2 wide. So I follow the backpack. Kind of everybody nervous. Richard Hearn is involved over there around.
Everything in the IR18 happens so much faster than any other car. You can be in the middle of the backstretch. The accident could be happening in turn 3, and before you know it, you're in it. Here's a battle for position with Gallas, Forsyth, and Mall. Also involved here is Justin Kirby. Up on the high line, that's Bradley Sexton. Back joining them is Pat Armstrong. Stretch looking pretty good in 14th right now. Lionel Callisto, there he is. He is in 15th with a number of lap cars in front of him. As we are starting to settle into a little bit of a rhythm here.
I think it'll be,
Callisto up in the wall.
Yep. I think, I want to talk about this. So, what is the best line? So, the best line for the first 5 laps, I think, is low, but you have to stick it on the high line. I know it's close to the wall. We saw Callisto went to the wall. It's going again, almost close again, but it's the easy way to save the tires with this track. So I know the temperature is not conditioned now because we have a 23, you say 74. So, but the degradation over here is a lot. It's a lot, and it's not about the temperature. It's better to run in night over here, but it's hard. It's still hard. So.
And this is progressive banked here. at Homestead. It goes to 18 on the low side, where you see that's we're watching Say Hey Lewis Hayes right now. He's on that very low line is 18 degrees. It's 19 degrees in the middle, 20 degrees up top.
It's
So
not
right there.
like the old one is flat.
Oh, it's a flat paper clip. Yep.
Yeah, I remember 2000, I think so. It's no more than that. It's more back on that. It's flat Homestead. That's what I saw on TV, and now it's bump car. So it's
Yeah, they've
really
redesigned this place so many times throughout the years. Of course, when they built the place originally, it was a 1.5 mile version of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and it had the rectangle and 4 distinct corners. But they found that the corners, especially with some of how the incidents were occurring, Clindy to the inside, and he sneaks to the inside of Murph. He is going to get the position and get the lead going to 3 and 4.
I said it's better to go in first on this track. That's what Clindy have to go in on the high. Like I said, that's the best to do it. Now going, it's like a hit not to do it. So just take it on the high side and try to save the tire, because at some point somebody have to lose the position, and if you're going second or third, it's gonna be tough.
Here's a battle between Gallas, Forsyth, and Kirby. This is 9th, 10th, and 11th, and right underneath Hugo is Forsyth going into 1. Starts floating out a little bit, giving Gallas a lot of room. Drag race down the back straight. He's going to tuck back in and try to reposition himself to go for that position again after another lap.
Good to see the Chilean over there on front. So we saw on track he told me it's really difficult. I tried to do my best to survive. He did in a couple of races, but here is kind of spurt. Like I said, it's a top 10. All of the IndyCar guys, actually, without Brian, all of these guys is regular IndyCar races.
Watching a battle for track position here between Zorn and Wagner. That is the 15 of Euler involved in that one as well. Nope, it's not Euler. Or Hawkins, I think. Oh, he's the green one. Learning all these new liveries.
Yeah. But
That's Bradley Sexton. That's it. Yep.
Don't include Joshua Storm. Maybe it's gonna change it, or maybe no. Maybe it's gonna keep it with the Larson livery.
Now we said we would poke a little fun at him.
Anyway, this next year is gonna be on the Indy 500, so it's maybe gonna bring new one, and everybody's gonna be over there. So with that again.
Looks like Murph and Clindy are trying to work together a little bit, but not by that move down the backstretch. And we get a little close on the entry to 3. And the interested party here is Chris Fowler. And we'll ride with Chris.
They try to close, huh? I know. Okay, this is no Indy fixed. They don't play for the A rating or points for the championship. But it's the new league, but that they need to show to everybody they can do it properly. And if they do it, it's like, I do it for fun. So I don't want to think about that, because it's too dangerous. It's going too close to get contact. So, yeah.
So here we're watching Fowler as he's using that high lane right there to get clean air. There is your car, if you have too much weight jacker coming off of 2, can get loose there off the exit of 2. The cars also tend to get loose off the exit of 4. You would think each end of the racetrack is identical, but they drive a bit different.
Actually, this is the new configuration they racing release. Okay, so the old one, like 5 years ago, something like that, they have an issue on turn 2.
Had a bump.
Yeah.
Had a bump that would unload the car. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Of course, we mentioned that this track has been through a number of reconfigurations. The original mini Indy configuration, when CART came here, track record set by Paul Tracy with the speed of 198.5. Then when they reconfigured it to a flat mile-and-a-half paperclip, CART raced here as well, and Greg Moore has a track record on that at 217.5. Then the IRL came here, and in 2003, they raced on the flat paperclip as well for a couple races. Tony Kanaan has a track record in the IRL car on that configuration with 203.5. And then when the IRL came here post-2003 with the current configuration you see here today, Sam Hornish set the track record that still stands today of 218.5. In fact, that race that he set that record was for the fastest 300-mile. Actually, I take that back. It wasn't that same race. It was in 2009. The fastest race of a 300-mile variety in IndyCar history was held here at Homestead, where they had no cautions in the 2009 race here, with an average speed of 201.4 over 300 miles.
Well, I remember the IRL 2001. Salazar went to the Joshua Zorn on the wall.
Zorn into the wall. Are we going to get a caution? He's going to come off the wall, and he's going to go to the inside.
Look like big net code for Hawkins. Big one. Wow.
And one of our winners from the Truck Series just season past is making his way to pit road right now. Here come the leaders on by. The career IndyCar wins leaders here at Homestead. Sam Horner, Scott Dixon, and Dan Weldon each have 3. And there's your history. Hopefully we'll see IndyCar maybe come back here. I don't know if we will see that since they're owned by NASCAR. But we will see how that shakes out. Oh! It is Murph, Clindy, Fowler, Altina, and Goodman, your top 5. Dean Darth Maul getting around Kirby, moving him up to 11th. As he is following right in the tire tracks of Craig Forsyth. Kirby down low, gets back to 10th. As he gets into that, going to get credit for passing there at the line. 36 of 125. First round of pit stops, not too far away.
Close, yeah.
Julian gets around Fowler for 3rd.
Yeah. Oh, they're going close. So, like I said, so maybe Murphy and Clendy, they don't lose too much grip on the tires because it's not somebody standing dirtier on the front, and that's why. But they work together. So, like you said, they work together, and this works because it's 1.2 now. It's still the draft, Julian, but getting more far actually, Julian, to them.
Checking out chat, Shane Coker here from the admin from the votive IndyCar Oval Series. And there you see his sponsorship on the side of Clindy's car there. He says, is this an invite-only league? Yes, this is invite-only.
No.
The league?
Actually, yeah.
Yeah.
There should be a link in the description, no?
I can put that in the description for the next race.
Well, I can send it to him later. Actually, yes. Actually, I'm gonna do it now.
But if you're interested in joining, make sure to hit up Rigney. Mike Rigney if you can. Or if you know someone in the league, just cite your interest. And the host with the most here, the admin, will work at getting you added to the Discord server. Currently 41 of 125. I would imagine these guys are going to go to at least lap 50 here before we start seeing the real round of pit stops. A number of drivers still, Sexton, Callisto, and Clark, stopped at lap 9, so we'll see them staying out later. And here comes Clindy on lap 41, coming to pit road for a scheduled stop.
Pretty good. So,
also coming in with them is Brian Irby, I think, in the Skull Bandit.
coming Murphy also too.
Murphy coming in off the backstretch. And we'll turn the lead over to Altena. 75% fuel capacity for these cars. Thinking that 50 would have been a bit of a stretch. Certainly with the way that those two were swapping the lead up front. Not getting as good mileage as possibly Altena was. We'll see if how much farther Altena could go. Nope, he's coming to pit road right now. He will turn the lead now over to Goodman, who will lead his first IndyCar laps here in the series. Rigney is second. Say Hey Lewis Hayes has worked his way up to third now. Gallus on pit road. He is a teammate to Julian Altena.
Oh, Galas and Julian.
Yes, they're all both in the
board.
Yeah.
He told me something like that. Yeah.
And Brian Irby in the Skull Bandit. Of course, Skull Bandit does have a history in IndyCar racing. Most famous.
Somebody hit on the wall on the pits.
Oh,
on the entry of the pits.
Dean Darth Maul trying to avoid. Oh gosh.
But Armstrong. He went to. Oh no. He also hit Reagan. But Armstrong.
And then we got contact on pit road between Maul and Armstrong. So Armstrong's he's in a bad spot.
Oh. Actually, Reagan is in a bad spot. It's really unfortunate. He already have an incident at the first yellow, and now, again.
Well, let's see if he can just get a new nose.
He have a meatball flag.
Yeah, because he's got no wings on the front. Let's see if he can just get a new nose and continue. Armstrong, new nose, he's down and away, but a costly pit stop because he got spun around by Darth Maul. Darth Maul sitting on pit road. He might have had a penalty. No, I don't think he did. It was just a slow stop. Might have had some damage.
That's the other problem about this pit stop. When you're coming, you see clear, but you have to brake because it's like saying Iowa. You think if you're going slow, but you're going too fast, and you have to brake. That's what happened with Armstrong.
And all of a sudden, check my graphics. What's going on, man? There we go. As Sexton came in, he was did a few laps under caution, getting close to that 50 mark though. So we're going to turn the lead back over to Clindy, who is way out in front by a second and a third over Altena. What happened to Murph?
That's a good question. That's what Shane said that on chat. So I'm gonna check. Maybe I'm gonna check on replay. I'll let you know.
All right, so Clindy is your leader. Altena is second, as he is eating into that lead just a little bit now. 1.1, now 1 second flat. Goodman third. Fowler did a pretty good job. He's right about where he pitted. He is still where he's at in fourth. Rigney fifth. Brian Irby, again, in the Skull Bandit, getting ready to say that was most famously driven by Tom Sneva towards the end of Tom Sneva's most competitive portion of his career. We're talking 85, 86, 87 right in there. In fact, my very first Indy 500 I went to, Tom Sneva was driving the Skull Bandit. And that was in 1986. Going to go 3 wide through this portion of the racetrack with DJ Clark, who is now 1 lap down. Everybody has made their pit stops.
I'm gonna say maybe about the mark is maybe fuel tank. So he put full tank maybe. I don't know. It went good, but maybe the entry.
Yeah, he was on pit road for 11.4 seconds versus Clindy on pit road for 8.2.
Maybe he different strategy, less fuel on Clindy, Julian, and it's very close on the what Greg did.
Did he miss his marks at all or anything like that? No,
he didn't miss him.
Did he maybe forget to tell his black box to fuel?
No, he went he entry, put on the mark, and he went out. So I don't know.
Okay, well, we'll find out here as the race progresses. 53 of 125. This is the opening round of the ISRA inaugural season of their open wheel series. You're currently watching Kyle Clinworth with the lead here at Homestead Miami Speedway, being chased down by Julian Altena, Michael Goodman, who is the lead of the NASCAR drivers from the NASCAR portion of the ISRA schedule that we've had. Previous to the open wheel series starting, we had 3 seasons of NASCAR. We had 2 truck series seasons and 1 Xfinity season. Michael Goodman was pretty much a player in each one of those seasons, including a couple wins. And he is currently 3rd. Chris Fowler returning back to the ISRA. We saw him at a couple of the truck series season 1 races. Good to see him back. Rigney, the hose with the most, having a very good opening race here. He is 5th. He's been pretty much there all day today. Brian Irby, he is up 6 spots to 6th, having a great race. Justin Kirby, there he is with 2 cars off the lead lap right in front of him, but Justin Kirby up. Caution on the racetrack.
Yeah.
Brian Irby.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he hit the wall on turn 4.
Oh.
Went to the, yep.
Yep, a little arrow wash, a little too close behind. And that is lesson learned right there.
You have to see the onboard on Craig Forsyth and Hayes. Maybe Forsyth, much better.
Here it comes. Buckler factor high. Oh, there it is. As we are under caution for the 3rd time. But that was a good little run by everybody.
That's pretty good with the pit stop on green. That's good. So good for Murphy because, well, I thought Murphy was going to stay out, but he's coming in now.
Yeah, we'll see who decides to stay out. But coming to pit road is Clindy, is Julian, is Michael Goodman, Fowler, Rigney, Justin Kirby. Hugo Gallas is up to 7th. Say Hey Lewis Hayes is in 8th. Craig Forsyth 9th. Mark Murphy is in 10th now after starting from the pole. Bradley Sexton is in 11th. Lionel Callisto hitting his box now is in 12th. Pat Armstrong staying out to get back on the lead lap. Same thing with DJ Clark. Same thing with Richie Hearn. Same thing with Dean Darth Ball. They will get in IndyCar parlance what we call the wave around. And the reason why is that they've made the rule in IndyCar that the leader will always bring the field back to green. There shouldn't be anybody in front of the leader. So all these cars, and if they opt to stay out, will get the wave around with 1 to go. They'll join the back of the pack, and then they really want to hope for a pretty quick caution so then they can come down the pit road and get on the same strategy as everyone else. But right now, they are staying out, hoping for the wave around.
So DNF for Kirby, Gradin, Reagan, Thor, and Hawkins, and Tim Fiedler.
And while we're under caution, let's get a quick word in from Motion.
With years of experience and a passion for customer service, SimMotion is a trusted name for SimMagic products. Whether you're just getting started or a seasoned pro, we have the gear to get you on the podium. At SimMotion, we don't just sell gear, we fuel your passion for sim racing.
And we're back. And today's race is sponsored by, in fact, the whole series is sponsored by SimMotion. Sim racers are taking care of other sim racers. That is SimMotion's mission. With over 50 combined years of experience in the community and industry, SimMotion is your one-stop strategy for everything you need sim racing. Whether you still have your rookie stripes or you're a grizzled veteran looking for that next upgrade, you need to check out their line of sim racing hardware, including top brands like Azatek, Butt Kicker, Moses, SimMagic, and more. SimMotion is a proud sponsor of the ISRA. You want to visit their online store today or follow one of their social. All the links you need to know are in the description. That is SimMotion, proud sponsor of the ISRA and the ISRA Open Wheel Series. As all those cars are getting that wave around that I was just telling you about, getting ready to go green next time by. Clinworth, your leader, Alten a second, Goodman third, Fowler fourth, Rigney fifth. So these guys are going to be good to go for about another 40 laps, and then we're going to probably see them get in about lap 100 or so, and then it's going to be a last, like a splash and dash, maybe a set of tires, light tanks, and it's going to be a 25-lap sprint to the end if we could go green to the finish.
It's going to be a good sprint to the end of the last pit stop. So, yeah, so it's gonna be a good one over there. But I really still, why Murphy's on the back? Why isn't 10, 11? Sorry, now it's 11. Actually, kind of good question. What happened on the pit stop? But like we saw every time in IndyCar, and especially in the real life, the guy's going on the last, and then some point, boom, win the race. So
right.
that's a good thing about the IndyCar. It's not like a Formula One. It's like always the guy first going first and finish first. So
look at Fowler getting the look on the outside of Goodman. Now he's going to go look on the outside of Goodman going into one. I think he was trying to catch Goodman sleeping a little bit.
I think he did. But he have a draft on the front, and Julian going on 20.
And there's Irby down the backstretch, leading everyone on by. No, he's going to spin out. Oh, keep it off the wall. Woof, that was close. Forsyth in a battle with Hayes, gets a position. Move Forsyth up to 8th, up 9 spots. Justin Kirby just 2 spots ahead of him. I tell you what, this is one of the stock car regulars, and he finished 2nd in the Truck Series Season 2 points. He is by far showing that, once again, I always said it, the cream always rises to the top. You don't have to be an IndyCar veteran or a stock car veteran. If you're a good driver, you're always going to make your way to the front, and Kirby up 12 spots to 6th.
I think he have something. So I think he make a series this. So he practice, check it around, going to the official, maybe, I don't know, who knows. And he show everybody this is the best one so far in the NASCAR.
Julian has caught Clindy. Julian on the high side through turns 1 and 2. Gonna tuck back down to get a run down the backstretch. Not enough room to take a shot to the inside. Going underneath the white line. Julian floats out back to the top. Side by side through 3 and 4. Julian's not going to be able to clear him, but he's still going to have a wing there. He's going to have a shot down the front stretch with the momentum.
I think it's like he said, same like Murphy did with Clendy. So it just keep the position.
Fowler around Goodman.
Just waited for the time. So Murphy's going hard. It's going to attack now. It's 9 going for Forsyth.
Here are 2 drivers that have hundreds of starts in these cars between league races and official races. Murph, former winner, former champion in the IndyCar Oval Series back when it was called the Indy Fixed Series. And then Forsyth with a pretty productive summer where he won the Dark Horse 2,000 mile summer adventure, which was 4 500-mile races, and he won the championship for that. So 2 drivers with championship pedigrees right there at 8th and 9th. Right in front of him is Hugo Gallas. Lots of starts you've seen him before here in the ISRA. Also have many, many starts in the Lionheart Series. Also over in the Velocity Online Racing Series. So 3 drivers here with hundreds of starts combined.
Murphy with a good track is going on Gallas now. The thing is, he needs to be predicted to where's going the guy on the front, like a Forsyth did. So it's like I'm gonna block you. I'm gonna try to send you there. Ooh, he's going close. Whoa!
The one-time net code does not come into account.
He is, and Gallas is in South America, so it should be miracle. That's
wow. Hugo and Mark need to buy a lottery ticket. Tonight's their lucky night. Under any other circumstances with these cars are horrible with netcode, and the big reason why is that they're so fast.
Yeah, look at that, Fowler. Good. Oh, it's a good battle over there. So good.
Yeah, top four have all got together now. Clindy, Julian, Fowler, and Goodman all under a blanket at the moment.
And Murphy's coming.
And Rigney's going to join him here in a second if they keep racing hard. And Rigney was definitely excited. He came into the booth to share his excitement of this race before starting. So he is definitely motivated tonight to put on a good effort. Sim Motion sponsorship on the side of the car. Here's Murph on the inside of Kirby. Down the front stretch into 1. He gives him a Brazilian slide. That is a Brazilian slide, Justin. Get ready to learn it and love it.
That's pretty good. So, but Kirby's not getting...
He's not giving up, no.
Yep. Now the tire is getting like a little bit more hard time for everybody, so it's gonna be hard for Murphy because he's the only one who attacked for 20 laps or maybe 19 laps to go into the front, and he's he's almost there.
Yeah, and he's 16 laps into this run, so he has been push. He's by far the fastest car. Over 5 and 10 laps around the other cars he's around by about a tenth of a second.
I said 19. Yeah, you're right. It's 17, even 16 though, actually.
Well, we'll round up. It's close enough.
Close enough. But it's close enough for the tires getting bad. So he needs to warm. So I know the tire is getting hot, but he needs to warm the tires going on the middle, try to go on the middle of the track to high, like he's doing now, and try to avoid on the low side.
Let's ride with Murph as he tries to run down Rigney. Now you see first, second, third, and fourth pretty much side by side, 2 by 2, going through turns 1 and 2 down the backstretch. With the palm trees there. And then you see Murph there shifting gears in 5th gear down the 4th in the middle of the corner. It helps the car rotate a little bit. Here's Rigney is taking a good look at Fowler now. Let's get back on that battle here. Rigney down low, Fowler up high.
Richie Hearn, Hayes, and Clark. Richie Hearn going fast and try to pass all these guys for 11, I think, 12.
Yeah, sorry, we're just getting back to this battle with Rigney and Fowler side by side. But yeah, Hearn is Sexton Hearn, Lewis Hayes, and Ball. That is 11th, 12th, 13th, and 14th back there. And now the longer that these guys stay running side by side here for 4th, Murph's going to be there with them in about a lap or two. Look at him.
Actually, it's there. The thing is, no, the thing is, it's there, but the thing is that he got to pass them. So that's the hard part.
Catching is one thing, passing is another. Certainly, that is the big player at IndyCar racing. Is what do you do when you get there?
It's thinking.
Ooh, Fowler! Oof. A little bit of a kiss of the wall.
It's like I did the easy part, so catch the guys, and then it's okay. Now, what to do? I'm gonna lose maybe 2 laps to try to pass Fowler, and now 2 laps to pass Rigney, and then try to catch a good one, and now 2 more laps. So it's like a 10 maybe at least over there. And you're almost done for the steam.
Murph diving low, trying to get a nose there. The high line, though, with these used tires are just coming into the fact that has all the momentum on the high side now with these cars. He'll try to get another run. Right now, Rigney trying to pull away. Callisto, there we see Callisto right there. He is the inaugural Truck Series and Xfinity Series champion. Now wants to be the inaugural Open Wheel Series champion, and he has worked his way up 16 spots to P9, and he is right behind Craig Forsyth.
That's the no quality challenge, actually.
the worst the first challenge, yes. Meanwhile, back up front, Clindy is now pulled away by 1.1 seconds. Is now Julian now under attack by Michael Goodman.
The second time Fowler on the wall, just kissed the wall. Now Murphy tried to get a position almost there.
And Goodman clears Julian. So move Michael Goodman up to second. Fowler and Murphy still battling side by side. Whoa.
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 Richard Hearn's coming to the pits, no? He called now. It's coming to the pits, Richard Hearn. 39.
Yeah, 39 laps on this stint. So he had a good 10 laps on everyone else. Remember, he got the wave around.
So, oh yeah. Also,
but he's going to be really close from being good to go.
I think. Oh, remember, counting inside the pits 1 more lap. So he did 40. So we have 39 to go. So I think it's should be good to go. Yeah.
I think the window's open. If you might have to conserve a little bit, but the window's open. Well, no, if you do 40 from here, no, if you can do 40 from here, you're good to go. And we saw 40 with caution laps on that first stint. Still watching this battle between Fowler and Murph. This is probably aggravating Murph a little bit because Murph is now watching the leaders get away from him. There he is diving low underneath. Fowler's able to defend up high, plus he's going to be losing a little bit of the draft from Rigney in front of him. Tucks back in, resets going into 3, sends it down low. brings it side by side, but he just can't quite clear him on exit.
If I Murph, I gone to the pit now.
Yeah, that might be a good thing. That might be a good thing.
Because it's taking time. It's taking time for him. But if the yellow flag is out, it's game over for him again. So I have to battle again for going to the front. But this is the game, so you have to play with that. So it's a gamble. If you do this, you can win, but if not, you can lose everything.
Forsyth, pit road, final stop. Actually, he's coming off of pit road, so his final stop is complete. He's looking to try to do some undercut himself. Now we watch the leaders. Clindy with a 1.5 second lead over Goodman. He's almost broke the draft envelope. He's right on the cusp of doing that, and once he breaks that, Goodman has no more draft aid to help him try to get closer. And he's right there at that 1.5 mark.
Coming, Mark, inside.
Murph coming to pit road.
Clindy's coming now.
The leader coming to pit road. Final scheduled stop. Turns the lead over to Michael Goodman.
Euler on the pits too. It's coming. Oh, he's going to the grass. Oh no. And if he's going to the pits, he's going to have a penalty.
Yeah, that's what happens when you too fast through that access road. And then once you catch the grass, you're out for a ride. And that will be, I believe, a penalty for him of improper pit entrance. But he kept it off anybody else, so that's a good thing. So we are still green. Goodman, your leader. Goodman would have liked to see a caution at that point. Rigney second, Fowler third. Kirby now up to fourth. Sexton is in fifth with Callisto taking a look to the inside. Oh, now Callisto coming to pit road.
Rigney also to Fowler. Where's Murphy? There is.
Final stops for everybody. Goodman coming to pit road for his final stop. I like Goodman's livery. I like it. Here is Kirby. Final stop. He's out in the... Oh, he was out in the grass, but he kept it straight, and he really came into pit lane hot. So he's probably going to make up some spots, or at least make up some track position on people. Right behind him is Bradley Sexton, who I think it was waiting for him to get out of the way. As he slid out of the way, but didn't happen. He just tucks in behind him. He's coming to pit road. Final stop. Say hey, Lewis Hayes. He's still out there turning laps. He is now 39 laps into his stint. And Clindy is going to get around Goodman. Goodman's still coming up to speed.
Murphy won the position on the Fowler, so he's on the battle for maybe...
Yeah, he did. He got around Fowler, but he's in seventh. So he's going to go after Craig now. I think Craig got around him. I think Craig possibly got around him, but Lewis Hayes still has the pit. So he'll pick up one more. There's Lewis Hayes. And the 58 is coming to pit road. That's Justin Kirby. Do we have a penalty for Justin Kirby? Possibly a penalty that he has to answer.
Yep, they have a penalty over here.
And that might have been clipping the grass. I don't know if he came to pit road too fast. He's going to go ahead, get a new set of tires, and they're going to top off the tank, but he's looking at a 40-second hold. But a good day for him. Unfortunately, it's not going to have a good result. Lewis Hayes on pit road. He's down and away. Final stop is done for him. Last time he drove one of these cars in a competitive race, he was in one of the fixed Indy 500s, said he got a top 10 out of it. Clindy is your leader now by 3.2 seconds over Goodman.
I don't know. He coming in he did a good job for the first one. I think he forgot something. He came in on the second one. I think he hit the cone on the right side. I don't know. It's
Okay.
weird. I don't see any problems. He got the black flag. I don't know why. Something iRacing.
Something iRacing didn't like.
Yeah.
101 of 125. Thanks for joining us, everybody. This is the ISRA Open Wheel Series Round 1 of the inaugural season coming to you from Homestead. Make sure to like, give us a big thumbs up, and subscribe to the channel if you've not done so already. And ring that bell so you'll be notified the next time we go live with any iRacing content, which will include tomorrow these very cars and a lot of these very same drivers for the IndyCar Oval Series. So that's the official iRacing IndyCar Oval Series at iRacing Superspeedway. So if you want to see some craziness, that's tomorrow. We'll be doing a doubleheader of IndyCar action, 7:15 p.m. Eastern, and then we will be doing 9:15 p.m. Eastern as Goodman gets under Julian in 3 and 4 and gets the position back.
Gonna be crazy tomorrow. The iRacing Speedway. Super
250 plus miles per hour. Closing rates like you'll never see at any other racetrack.
And let me tell you something. Once somebody is not in the usually currently winners around the IndyCar, so we're gonna see a lot of NASCAR people maybe tomorrow.
We shall see. The one thing NASCAR drivers really do have to learn with these cars, and we've seen a little bit here today, but you're really going to see at the iRacing Superspeedway, is the closing rate that these cars have, especially when you're drafting, you catch the car in front of you. The closing rate is extreme. And then, of course, if you're not really watching that far down the track and there's a caution on the racetrack, you could be one turn, you're not in the incident. The next turn, you are the incident. So you just got to be prepared to brake. A good battle back there with Forsyth. That's not for position with the driver that's between him and Murph. It's just a battle. I think that's Euler. That's just a battle for track position. But Murph trying to get underneath and get past so he can get up to Forsyth. Yeah, there he goes. But Glindy now, leader by 3.6 over Julian. Go through the field real quick. We got a little time. Julian up 4 spots. Michael Goodman. He is exactly where he started. He has been in the top 10 all day long. Rigney right there, exactly where he started as well. He's been in the top 5 all day long. Greg Forsyth up 12 spots. He's not your biggest gainer of the day, but is a very typical Forsyth effort. Right with him is our pole sitter, Mark Murphy. Not sure exactly what happened on pit road that cost him time on that first pit stop, but he has been recovering from that ever since. Chris Fowler in 7th. And here comes our biggest gainer of the day right now, and one more spot for him. Lionel Callisto, move him up to 7th, and he is up 18 spots. Riley Sexton, also an interested party in this. Looking ahead, he's P9. He's up 5 spots. Hugo Gallas looking at a top 10 finish here if he can hang on for the remaining laps of this race. He is up 1. Richie Hurd is back on the lead lap, and he is up 10 spots to 11th. Say hey, Lewis Hayes doing all right. Down 3 spots, but on the lead lap. And, buddy, that's all you need to stay is on the lead lap, and that keeps you in contention, especially when we get a late caution. Matty Wags in 13th, not the opener he's been wanting. Same thing for Pat Armstrong, back in 14th. DJ Clark, welcome to the series, back in 15th. Dean Darth Ball, final stop for him on pit road. Not the finish that he was seeking today either for performance-wise. He is 16th. Does have a one-time win in the Season 1 Truck Series. Alex Guyon involved in an early incident back in 17th. Justin Kirby, I believe, caught speeding on pit road, or at least a improper entry into pit road. Back down to 18th, but was as high as the top 5 at one point. Brian Irby, he was up in the top middle portion of the top 10 until he hit the wall. Right now, he's just trying to bring this car home, get some points. And Jake Euler, right there, there's Jake in the 15. He's in 20th spot. Again, just trying to bring this car home and get some valuable points in this opening race of this 14-race campaign. All oval tracks. We will end in March at Indianapolis. Vern Hawkins, Chris Reagan, Josh Zorn, Tim Fiedler, Brent Kirby, and Brian Grandin. They are all classified as out right now. That is 21st through 26. 13 laps to go. Glendy extends his lead now, 4 seconds. What is Glendy doing that's making him so much faster than Julian right now, other than the fact that Julian was, for a couple laps, was racing Goodman?
Sometimes when you realize you make a good pit stop, it's happened to me one time, and you make a good pit stop, you make a good strategy, you're thinking about the strategy, you don't need to do something else. So it's just how you make the pit stops. The pit stops make a difference. So at least you can gain maybe 1 second or maybe 2 seconds for each team. So every time when you're coming in. So if you practice that, you can gain a lot. So that's why when we see Clendy and close to and Julian, or maybe Clendy way close on Murphy, Clendy went along on front, then we have a yellow flag, and then Julian close to Clendy, but after pit stop went from. So it's sometimes it's like, for example, we saw many times Greg Forsyth do that strategy. It's good on the pit stop, good about the, I'm gonna put full tank here and short to make short pit stop.
Right.
And maybe he didn't work today. He doesn't work today for him, but work for Clendy. And he's going to win the first race today.
Yeah, right now, Clendy.
I don't want to jinx.
Well, Clendy looking at a good week, and he won the exhibition race in the Votive League that actually is sponsoring him right now at Texas, Legacy, Texas on Sunday. And one of the things he said he learned in Texas is that he was practicing green flag pit stops, but he wasn't practicing fast green flag pit stops. So I'm thinking that maybe today he put a little bit more activity into practicing those fast stops versus making safe spots, kind of what he was doing in Votive on Sunday.
You know what? I want to say something else. He won the first one on the Indy Fixer Series this week. So he won over Alexander Vandersan and Campbell for 9/10,000 of the seconds. So, yep.
So he has had himself a pretty good week. One on Sunday, one on Monday, and now currently going to do 2 wins on Monday, possibly.
Yep. Should be. Like always, we see now, yeah, should be.
6 to go, leader by 4.5 over Julian, who's driving and joining us today from the Netherlands. So it is very late at night where he is. And he's looking at getting a good finish and going right to bed, I'm sure. Michael Goodman on the East Coast of the United States. We're not even to 11 o'clock yet. So he's got some prime time driving hours still ahead of him. Murph and Craig Forsyth still side by side. Get back up front. Glendy coming to 3 to go.
All of this yellow is not really long race. 1 hour we have 1 hour and 4 minutes. So wasn't long where I expected. So really just the first couple yellow was tough. We lose a lot of cars over there, but we lost like 6 cars on the first yellow. But the people start to understand, so they need to understand for the next one. Actually, next one is kind of more difficult. All this, I think so. This is a good start. The next one is Las Vegas, night actually.
Yep, it'll be a night race. White flag in the air for Indy, looking at his first win here in the ISRA. 3rd win already this week, apparently. He is clear down the backstretch, and he is going to be yet another trivia question as he navigates through 3 and 4 of who got the first win in the ISRA Open Wheel Series. Well, the answer is Kyle Klidworth did, right here at Homestead Miami Speedway.
He did everything good, and when you do everything good, you'll win for sure.
And Lionel Callisto and Fowler racing there to the line. Fowler comes home 8th. Fowler 7th. Or Callisto 7th, Fowler 8th.
Really good race, actually. Really good race. A really good field, actually. It's not about the race, it's about the field. It's a lot. I didn't expect it too much. And also Rick also said too. So it's like a really good field. I hope in Las Vegas and until Indianapolis we have the same field at least to the end. Here we go.
There we go. Get it going there. Come on, get some donuts. There we go. And it should be pointed out, it was an IndyCar driver that invented this, what we're seeing, donuts done on racetrack. That was Alex Zanardi doing that when he was driving for Target Chip Ganassi. In fact, I think he even did it at this racetrack. Julian trying to get some TV time. Oh, look at this. All right, let's take a look at the final results here from Homestead Miami Speedway. Kyle Klidworth getting that first win here in the inaugural series, inaugural season of the series by 4.7 seconds over Julian Altina. Julian, another podium, second straight start here in the ISRA, 2 straight podiums, not bad. And 2 different cars, nevertheless. He got one in the Truck Series and got one here in the IR18 when the Open Wheel Series starts. Michael Goodman, we'll be looking forward to talk to him, see how he felt about making the jump from the stock cars to the open wheelers, although we know that he's driven before in the Speedway Series and over at Lionheart. So this might not be anything new to him. We'll talk about his experience when we get into the interviews. Rigney 4th, I think a good finish for him. He was pretty excited about today. Mark Murphy's 5th. If I'm Mark, I'm happy with the top 5, but I'm a little disappointed because we still don't know what the heck happened to him that caused him to get out of the lead. So top 5 for Mark, but a big question mark of what happened. Craig Forsyth 6th. Lionel Callisto with the big gainer 7th. I suspect he will be a player in the championship as this season rolls along. Chris Fowler, welcome back, Chris. He gets a top 10 in 8th. Bradley Sexton in 9th. Hugo Gallas got that final spot in the top 10. Top 10 finish for him to open the season. That's a nice, solid finish for him. Moving on, Richie Hearn, 11th after recovering from some contact early on. Say Hey Lewis Hayes is in 12th, just consistently keeping the car out of trouble and bringing it home. Get a good finish there for Say Hey Lewis Hayes. Pat Armstrong, 13th. Matty Wagner, not the finish he wanted, but comes home 14th. DJ Clark, 15th. Dean Darth Ball on a return back to the IndyCar, 16th. Alex Guyan, he was looking forward to the IndyCar, but not this race, not this performance, I could say that. So he's definitely looking forward to Las Vegas. He's 17th. Justin Kirby was doing much better than his 18th place indicates, but got caught speeding on pit road and had to do a 40-second hold. And that's going to cost you here at a track that takes about 30 seconds to get around at. He will finish 18th. Brian Irby 19th. Jake Euler 20th. Vern Hawkins 21st. Chris Reagan 22nd. Zorn 23rd. Fiedler 24th. Brent Kirby 25th. And Brian Grandin, he is 26th. So we had a 26-car field here. Very impressive first race.
So Wagner said Murphy, he went run out of fuel
Ooh.
in the pit road.
Ooh. Well, that'll do
Maybe
it.
he went too slow.
That'll do it.
That's why.
Should be pointed out, Dean Darth Maul had the purple lap. He had a 25.3 at one point during this race, so we know he had pace all race long. And let's bring up Michael Goodman. Music fade on out. There we go. And here he is, Michael Goodman, joining us here in the booth. Congratulations on the P3. We know that the IR18 isn't your first specific car that you go to. That's not your go-to car, but we've heard that you've had experience in the IR18 before in the Lionheart Series, and you drove like it today. You brought it home third, and you really never left the top 5 all day long. Like, talk about your experience and how much different it was from what we've raced here in the past in the trucks and the Xfinity Series.
I just find that this was one of my weaker tracks as far as driving. I think we drove the cars and whatnot and stuff like that. But with the particular setups and being able to use the tools, I was actually very comfortable running high or low. So that made it a lot easier, for running and stuff like that. So yeah, definitely, I'm happy with the result and stuff like that.
Now, you were pretty much ahead of any close calls as everything kind of happened behind you, but we were kind of anxious in that first 10 laps to kind of get going. It was like stop and start there kind of very early on. Was it important to you to kind of get a rhythm and get into this race?
Oh, absolutely. I'm sure everyone feels the same way. You just want to get going, get the race, get into a rhythm, get play out some strategy, find out where you're comfortable on the track. If I should be running high, should I be running low? Trying to save as much fuel as you can if you need to and stuff like that. So once we got going, I was able to play a little bit with the brake on how I would enter into turn 1 and turn 3. Seeing how much fuel I was saving, how much time I was losing on the track and stuff like that. It felt good. It's been a long time since I drove this car. It's probably been over 2 years.
Wow.
And it actually felt good to get back behind the wheel of it.
So we've had a couple of, I think, a tire model change in that time frame, and maybe even a couple of updates to this track at how this car performs. Anything that you noticed about this car versus the last time you really kind of drove it competitively? Is it? Do you find it any better, worse? How'd you find it?
You know what? I'm definitely the wrong person to ask for that, because the last time, the last time I drove this car was before they came out with the ultimate tire for the road course.
Okay.
So I don't know how long ago that came out. But from that point on, excuse me, I'm sorry, I haven't raced this car at all. So, it was all relatively new to me as far as the tire model went. But I enjoyed the tire model. If it did change, I enjoyed it for this race. It it was I don't know. To me, it seemed very consistent and not out of whack.
Well, next up is Vegas. I suspect that you will probably do well there as well. But any shout-outs, friends, family, sponsors you want to say hi to before we let you go to start the season off right?
Yeah, again, I just want to give you guys a thank you very much for the great work that you do behind the booth. Mike Rigney for running fantastic league. And also to really, all the competitors that I was around, man. Boy, I was we were racing clean and whatnot, and it was give and take and all that. It really makes wanting to race that much more enjoyable.
Well, we're glad you enjoyed it, and congratulations on the P3, and we'll catch you in a week at Lost Wages.
I appreciate it, guys. Thanks again, and everyone have a nice night.
All right. I'm very happy. Mike Goodman, and that's a great way to start your season off, is get on that podium. And he has been in the thick of it before in the Truck Series and in the Xfinity Series Championship. So we know. And the scary thing is now he's just getting comfortable with the car. How much better is he going to get as the season progresses?
That's what I said. So it's it's a tough race today. It was a really tough race. Nobody liked this kind of track, but he did a good job. So, yep.
All right, let's bring up Julian. Julian, I know it's late in your part of the world, so wanted to get to you here before you fell asleep. Great race, hard work. A lot of times it was you kind of running down everyone in front of you, but kind of the early incident, we were watching you and Rigney about lap 3 got really close to one another. We thought a moment was going to happen there. You both escaped from that, and after that, kind of the rest of your race looked pretty smooth. Talk about it.
Yeah, it was a bit sweaty, but not for the right reasons, unfortunately. It was actually right on the first lap where I almost got into Rigney there. It was super close, but he was okay. I asked him on the radio, and he said he was fine. So yeah, just got away with it. I was expecting the car on the inside to run it a little bit higher, but he didn't. So that's why I entered way too high. But yeah, chasing everyone down was fun. I just couldn't beat the Indy fixed merchant though. So Kyle won the race. He did a good job. I had fun battling him. I need to watch my language here, but I suck at Homestead. I just cannot figure out how to run in clean air. Like I can run alright in traffic, which I guess is the most important because I'll never be at the front anyway. But when I am up there, I just don't know what to do, and I ran my right sides way too hard, and it showed at the end of the stint, like the last 10 laps, Kyle just drove away by 2 seconds.
Yeah,
and I even got passed by Goodman. So I did figure it out a little bit on the second stint by just lifting off a little bit earlier, which is the golden rule, I guess, for tire saving, just lift a little bit earlier. So that's what I did, and it really helped me out. I was able to battle Michael quite a bit, and yeah, he dove it in really late one time, and that really upset me a little bit. So I just gave him a taste of his own medicine for a bit, which was fun. I enjoyed the battle. It was clear, which is the most important thing. Running hard at first is a good thing. I like that. I just wasn't really expecting it with 35, 40 laps to go. Let's just keep it at that. But it was a lot of fun. Don't get me wrong. I respect him a lot. That was great racing. He left me room in the end, and I did the same. So it was awesome there, the final stint with him. Yeah, just a great job overall by everyone. I know we had some early yellows, but for a NASCAR league that turns to IndyCar, it's a pretty good first race. So congratulations to everyone on who's involved in this series. And yeah, just I don't know when my next race will be, but I'm looking forward to whatever it is going to be.
Well, 2 races here in the ISRA, 2 different cars, and both finish on the podium. So congratulations. Shout-outs, friends, family, sponsors. I know you got them, so go ahead, right ahead and shout them on out because I know they're important to you.
Yeah, first of all, I have to say great job by Hugo on the top 10 result today. I know he didn't really have too much time to practice for this, so he still did a pretty solid job considering that. So yeah, thanks to Hugo as well for being in the Discord, which unlike some other teammates at Phoenix, was nice to have.
That's an inside joke from another race. That's an inside joke from another race.
Yeah, everyone else on the team, of course, as well. We're still improving and we're getting there. We finished was it P11, P12 in the open wheels 500. I wasn't even supposed to be in that race, and I still came away with a P12. That just shows how good of a car that Liam can put together as well for the team. So yeah. I want to thank Liam for all the setup work he does for us. And yeah, IFS Personal Financial Planning, Lovers Incorporated, Danesh with the Alzheimer's Association. I am probably forgetting at least one, but you guys as well for broadcasting everything. you guys do. Yeah, that's about it. So thanks everyone.
All right, we'll see you at the next one, and get some rest.
Absolutely, it's probably time for bed at 5 in the morning.
It's definitely
I'll
time
go
for
do that.
rest. Yes, go to
I
bed.
should probably take a shower first, actually, because I'm sweaty.
It was a hard race. It was a hard race.
Like I said, I wasn't supposed to sweat from this race, but the flu makes you sweat and everything. So I'll take a nice shower first and then go to bed.
There you go.
maybe,
All right.
maybe some liquor shots to help me fall asleep.
we hope, yeah, it's sweat out a cold, I think, is how you do it. So we hope you feel better, and we will catch you Friday when the VOR Series DW12 Iconic Series we'll be racing at Michigan, and then the IR18s on Saturday will be racing at Detroit. So we'll see you on Friday and Saturday.
You said it. Thank you.
Yep. And let's bring him on down, and let's bring in Clindy here.
Mm-hmm.
And here he is. And here he is. Clindy, congratulations, getting the inaugural win in the inaugural season of the ISRA Open Wheel Series. Welcome to Victory Lane. It's been a pretty good week for you. Victory Lane yesterday at Legacy, Texas. And then I understand that you got into Victory Lane at one of the iRacing superspeedway events earlier today. And you got into Victory Lane here to wrap up your day at Homestead here in the ISRA. Not too bad start of the week.
Oh, 3 W's in a row. I mean, I'm ready to start a website, right? So
very funny. Very funny. I like it. We'll talk about your race. I mean, you did a lot of swap drafting with Murph early on. Unfortunately, it sounds like Murph ran out of fuel. Coming to his
I take
first.
a bit of offense to that, Gary. I tried to swap with Murph twice, and then he never gave me the bottom back. So,
okay. So
that's why I raced him so hard. I thought we'd be friendly and chummy and both give each other the bottom to save our tires. We're talking about it in DMs right now, and I think he doesn't know as much as he thinks he does. So I've got to learn him a thing or two, because us young people, we're fast and we're smart and we're handsome and we're winners. So, I just got to let him know.
Listen to Lewis. Lewis like, woof, woof. Shots fired. Shots fired. Well, let's talk about that. I mean, he was your chief competition that first stint. It sounds like he ran out of fuel coming to his stall when he came in for that first stop, and that's the big separation. But really, once you broke out ahead, it was, I hate to say it, it's kind of your race to lose.
Oh, it's game over, Gary. That's
I mean,
why I was on Murph's door, or on his side pod every corner, because I was like, if I can get the clean air and if I can get the bottom, I will control the race. And that's why I pit one lap early on the first cycle, because I was like, there's no way I can save a stop. You have to hit an absurd fuel number even after those cautions, right? So I figured if I can jump Murph on this stop, and if he had been looking at his gauges instead of in his mirror, I think he would have pit with me. But I called it as late as I possibly could on the first stop to hop down in there. And then it was all about not making mistakes, right? So
right.
I didn't speed on pit road. I didn't even push it. So on that last stop, when I came out 2 or 3 seconds ahead of Julian, I knew I had it in the bag. Because the only chance Julian had was to not fry his tires racing me like I raced Murph. Because again, I know something he doesn't know about how to race for P2, right? And if he wants to learn about it, my DMs are open. I can tell him what he did wrong. So.
Well, wow. Okay. Did you pick up anything? And you talked about it yesterday in the votive race, where you said that you weren't practicing. You were practicing green flag pit stops, but you weren't practicing fast green flag pit stops. Were you putting a little bit more emphasis on fast today, and that was also helping you, or was it just trying to stay safe again with these pit stops?
Yeah, so I try to find 3 different brake markers. I find safe, I find pushing, and then I find really pushing, like the limit.
Right.
So I only pull out the third option if it's like do or die, last green flag stop, I'm down by like a second, right? And then I'll do pushing if I'm in a tight fight, and then I'll do play it safe the rest of the time. And I played it safe on all of these pit stops because I never was in jeopardy. Because I knew I beat Murph to pit road the first time, I knew I'd have a second on him because of the tires. And then at that point, it's just about managing the air and holding the bottom like he was doing, and never giving him the bottom so he couldn't pass me.
Well, now's your opportunity for the shout-outs. You gave them all on Sunday night. We might even hear you again tomorrow night, considering you got one win under your belt at iRacing Superspeedway. But feel free to give us those shout-outs again today. You got some people on the side that definitely think that you're a good enough driver. They want to put their name on the side of your car, so go ahead and shout them out.
Yeah, I gotta start with the dollars, right? So the Votive Racing League, we raced yesterday. Go watch that on. It was on P1, right?
It is on P1. Yep.
Yep. So you can go watch that, and we have another exhibition race coming up, Phoenix, on December 20th. That will also be on P1, and then we'll be kicking off Wednesday nights the rest of the season, starting in January. I'm looking to cement myself as a championship favorite in that series and in this series. So hopefully everyone else can keep up. Julian won't give me the one car, so I'll just have to race this 37 instead until he gives it up. I want to shout out P1 Broadcasting, as always, for having me on the show. I want to shout out Segerman Farms. Check them out in Minonk, Illinois. I know that they distribute and help Central Illinois with all sorts of different corn and bean endeavors. So my cousin Craig owns that farm just north of Bloomington Normal, where I'm from, back home. And then yesterday I didn't give them the shout out they deserved. Shout outs to Rogue Racing, my racing team. If it wasn't for Ryan Campbell, Ty Keela, Jacob Collins, Antonio Estrada, and Cody Cavaco, we would not be where we are today. So I was fast at Texas because of Campbell's help. Campbell and I are going to finish 2 and 3 on the podium in Indy Fixed. And whether I'm 2 or I'm 3, I'm just so thankful to have them on the track with me every week. It makes it way more fun. And I think we're going to do the next IRSS here in 10 minutes. So I can't talk forever, but always hugs and kisses. Love to my family back home and my wife downstairs. And yeah, that's it.
Oh, we'll let you get at it. So congratulations. And we will see you next week at Las Vegas.
No, you'll see me tomorrow night, my guy.
Oh, for sure. But we'll see you on the ISRA next at Las Vegas. But we will see you tomorrow night on the channel for sure at iRacing Superspeed, 7:15 p.m. Eastern time. Don't miss it. Doubleheader. So we will see you there, Clindy. But best of luck. We'll see you tomorrow night.
Thanks, brother. I'd rather be fast than lucky.
Yeah. Well, let's bring back. There he is. Wow. Shots fired, Lewis. A little spicy out there.
Yeah, it's like wrestling promo,
wrestling promos, yes.
Yeah, something like okay, that's good for them. So
clear the old throat. Wow. But give me your final thoughts on the race. A bit of a rough beginning, but I think we had a good middle and ending.
We have a good base to have a good races around. So I know again this is the top one. I really don't like it. Miami on the first race, even in any championship we saw in the Iran, Lionheart, and now here it's like a IndyCar racing before, this happened before, the first race, Homestead for sure.
Yeah,
but this is the game. So after that we have Las Vegas. So next week Las Vegas is gonna be night. It's gonna be interesting. So in 125 laps next one, and then we have Kentucky and Texas new one. So we have a good base. Race was really very fast. Sorry, was really fast. Wait 1 hour. I thought it was gonna be more and more, but I think so. The people need to, the new people have to understand this car is not like that. I saw a couple people doing mistakes in the restart. Try to be smart on the restart. In the yellow in between the base car, almost I saw 2 people almost wrecked. One of them I mentioned to you, but yeah, you need to understand it's not this kind of track, and also this track is really fragile. So every touch on the wall is maybe a couple miles less on the car, and especially in the these long races like a Pocono. If you hit the wall, it's game over. But you can keep going, but it's game over. And anyways, if you have a part repair. So let's see what's happening on Las Vegas. I hope it's better than this. And if because it's night, it's gonna be maybe back race. It's dependent the setup. So if the setup is kind of iRacing setup, it's gonna be a back race because it's night. So but this one is for sure. It's different thing. So yep, good race, and see you for sure tomorrow.
That's right. We got a full week together. Got tomorrow and then ERN on Thursday. Championship Thursday in the Elite Racing League, Warriors for Peace IndyCar Series. We got 7 drivers in contention for the series championship going into the final race at Gateway at 7:45 p.m. Eastern Time on the Elite Racing Network on YouTube. Check us out at 7:45. We will be bringing you one heck of a race at Gateway with 7 drivers still in contention. None of this Final Four, none of this stuff for playoff stuff. No, 7 legit drivers in contention for that championship. Don't miss it. That's over on ERN. And, of course, tomorrow our doubleheader at 7:15 and 9:15, which will be the IndyCar Open Series top split of both of those sessions at the iRacing Super Speedway. And the man you see on the screen will probably be part of at least one of those races, if not both of them. That's Kyle Clinworth, the winner of today's race. If you look on today's schedule in the description, you will see the night races we got coming up. Of course, Homestead was a night race. Las Vegas will be a night race. Fontana will be a night race. Iowa and Charlotte will be night races, so they are all on the schedule. And then we'll also have a little bit of a triple crown this season for the ISRA Open Wheel Series with 250-mile events at Fontana, Michigan, and then 500K, which is 125 laps at Indianapolis to end the season. So there might be, I'm thinking about it, and if I'm going to say it, I'm pretty much going to award it. There might be a bonus if someone could win the Triple Crown here for the ISRA. I'm not going to say it's going to be a little bonus, not a big bonus, but a little bonus. Make it worth your while to win that Triple Crown. So we'll pump that up more when we get closer to that first Triple Crown race when we get to Fontana in January. But let's get on out of here and give everyone back their Monday nights here. And that's it for tonight. Once again, your podium from Homestead is Clindy with the inaugural win in the series. Julian Altena, 2 for 2 in races in the ISRA, getting on the podium. And Michael Goodman, showing that he could drive more than cars with fenders. They got wings, and they're a little bit lighter. He's game for them, too. He finishes 3rd. Join P1 again next week for round 2 of the inaugural season of the ISRA Open Wheel Series. And the teams of drivers head to the high stakes of Las Vegas Motor Speedway. And this is going to be interesting because a lot of these drivers we've never seen on Las Vegas because Lionheart typically did not schedule Las Vegas for obvious reasons. This is the first time we will see a lot of these drivers at Vegas, so it's going to be pretty interesting. And we know how Las Vegas can be sometimes, and we expect it to certainly be fast. So that's going to be next week. Coverage begins around 9:35 p.m. Eastern Time. Again, it's 9:35 p.m. Eastern. Remember, it's a new season, a new time. So as always, for a correct broadcast time in your area, you can find everything right here on YouTube at youtube.com/@P1 Broadcasting. Now, as you know, the YouTube algorithm game is not easy, so please help support P1 with the weekly grind. Leave a comment below and let us know your thought of tonight's race. And if you enjoyed tonight's coverage, support us by smashing the like in the video. If you're new, click subscribe. While you're at it, hit the bell for weekly reminders so you don't miss out on more of P1, other iRacing P1 programming here that we have all week long. We talked about it. We'll be on VOR on Friday and Saturday. We'll be on ERN on Thursday. And tomorrow night, we will have IndyCar Oval Series top split, 7:15 p.m. Eastern at iRacing Super Speedway to decide that championship also. Today's race is sponsored by Sim Motion. Sim Racers taking care of other sim racers. That is Sim Motion's mission. With over 50 combined years of experience in the community and the industry, Sim Motion is your one-stop strategy for everything you need sim racing. Whether you still have your rookie stripes or you're a grizzled veteran looking for that next upgrade, check out their line of sim racing hardware, including top brands like Azatek, Buttkicker, Moza, SimMagic, and more. Visit their online store today or follow one of their social. All the links you need are right in the description. Track cams for this race are provided by Whiplash Sim Cams. Get the most out of your iRacing experience with Whiplash Sim Cams. To learn more about Whiplash, like them on Facebook or follow them on Twitter or Instagram. The links are in the description. So, for LGN, Luis Gonzalez Nunez, everyone here at P1 and the ISRA, I'm Gary Gotso saying all good night. Thanks for watching, and to all of our men and women serving in the military and as first responders, Godspeed, God bless, and come home safe. Catch us again right here next week at Las Vegas for the next race of the ISRA Open Wheel Series. Good night and happy holidays.